If you're neurodivergent, regulating your nervous system before major life decisions is mandatory. This is absolutely mandatory because there's a good chance that you don't know what you're feeling most times. So if you don't know what you're feeling, how will you know how to articulate yourself and convey what you want to do or who you want to be or where you want to be? Major life decisions like who we're going to marry, what type of job we're going to pursue or career, where we're going to live. These decisions affect the trajectory of your life. You can't just wake up one day and say, I'm moving to Phoenix, or I'm going to marry Ashley. I just made up that name. My girl's watching this like, who's Ashley? But if you're going to make these decisions, the best thing that you can do for yourself is to make sure that you're grounded and that you're in a place where you can actually figure out what you want. But how do you know what you want if you don't know who you are? These are deep and hard-hitting questions. And I do understand that regulating the nervous system doesn't happen overnight. It can take some days. It can take a couple of weeks or months. For some people, years. But the fastest way to get on track when it comes to regulating the nervous system is adjusting your environment. So many of y'all are in environments that are not conducive to your growth. And the worst part about this is that you don't even know. So if you don't know, how can you make a change? You have to adjust one or two things in your environment. And sometimes the answer is leaving that environment. You can't heal in the same environment that you were hurt in. When your environment changes, I hope that you're afforded the luxury of resting. How often do we just rest and do nothing? We're so consumed with moving from one task to the next. And we have to take care of this. And we forgot to do that. And then we have to go do this thing. We're all over the place. And we forget that doing nothing is actually an accomplishment. But how can you do nothing if you're in an environment that is set up for you to hustle over and over and over and over? And ironically, the harder you work as a neurodivergent, the faster you accelerate towards burnout. It doesn't help you get anything done unless you're working on the right things at the right time with the right people. All that extra work is just useless, honestly. And you could have used half of that time resting and pausing and figuring out what's in your mind and getting closer to understanding who you are as a person. So that's why I stress that regulating the nervous system is mandatory before making any major life decision. And if you can't adjust your environment, change one or two things to make yourself feel better. And I know some people in the comments will say, I can't move out of my parents' house. I'm 15, I'm 16, or I'm stuck in a toxic relationship where this person is paying the bills. I'm not independent fully to do my thing, and I feel like I'm stuck and I'm hopeless and I'm helpless. However, if you can make one productive change that gets you closer to having a healthier environment, that will do wonders for your nervous system. And it will help you understand yourself at a more fundamental level. And that way, you can make decisions that are reflective of who you are and who you want to be.